Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a door hanger. Many of you have probably seen these kinds of door hangers hanging on people's doors as you've drove by. You can obviously buy them, or I want to show you how you can make one your own. Sometimes they're a little pricey when you buy them outright, so I think that it's a little cheaper if you just make it yourself. So some of the things you will need is paint, stain. I use Gorilla Glue, another kind of, like a colored paint. I have a couple different kinds. Blue painter's tape, scissors. I use this for my door hanger on the back so you can hang it on the door. And then I also have this. It helps staple my door hanger on, or I also have a little craft page, so I sell these door hangers. So it also, if a customer would order or somebody would ask me to put a bow on the door hanger, I could staple it on. The next thing is if you have a Cricut. I have a Cricut machine here. You don't necessarily need that. I just have that. If you want to put vinyl on your circle door hanger, you can do that. And then I also have my hot glue gun. This is my best friend. And then a Cricut cutting mat. So it kind of looks like this. And then some vinyl, if you would want to use that. I'm not going to use that today because I'm going to show you an easy one that if you don't have the Cricut, you can make it on your own. So, the next thing I also have are my circle pieces. So, you can find these at Menards. This is, or Lowe's. This is a big one I have right now. They come covered in plastic. So, I just take the plastic off. They're nice pieces of wood, and they're fairly cheap. This one is 10, and then my next size that I do is the 18, and this is like $7. So fairly inexpensive. So to save a little bit of time, I went ahead and stained my boards. So you can see that this is stained like this. I usually do it in my garage, not in my house, because it can kind of make a mess and it stinks. So you just take a day and you can stain your piece, and then if you start early enough in the day, you can let it dry, and then you can turn around and stain the back. I always stain the back too, just because I think it looks nicer. Then you can also paint them. I have a painted circle too. These don't take as long. You can do this in one day. I always allow a day to dry. So if I stain or paint one day, I wait a day and then let it dry, and then I do my other things on another day. The back of this I don't paint because that'll be the back that is on the door. So I just paint that. So then the next thing I do that I'll show you is so you can do it however the grain runs. I usually do it where the grain runs like this, long ways. So you can find your center, and I take a little bit of masking tape, of the painter's tape, and I kind of make it pretty long so it will go around the edges of the circle. So like this, do it like this, and it'll kind of be like that. And then, so it's straight. Mine looks a little crooked, so I may have to fix that just a little bit. Let me try this again. A piece of tape is all stuck to itself. Okay, so I'll do this, make it a little bit more straight, and then if you want to, I'll do another piece. Do it down below it, just like this. So that's where you will paint your next color. So you don't don't have to paint another color. You can do it just with your vinyl or your piece that you're going to put on it, just like that. So the next thing I would do, I have to get this straight so it looks straight and even, because if not, it won't look very good. So give me just a second. Okay, so then like that, and then I would take my paint, I kind of stir it up a little bit, open it up. I use a foam paintbrush because they're my best friend, and then you would paint along this. Let me open this. I'll show you how I do it. Kind of can be a little messy. So I usually do this inside at my kitchen table, and I just put a trash bag down or some newspapers. And I usually lift it up a little bit. My paintbrush broke. If you push too hard, they do that. So then I just do this. So then you see that like that. Then the next thing I will do is, while that dries, today I'm going to show you this. You can paint this any color you want. I usually paint it black. So, and then you can find these at Hobby Lobby. Take this off, and I'll paint this. I just pour a little paint out, and I just paint it like this. Along the edges. It can be a little time consuming, but I like to craft. So if it's something that you want to make for yourself, I think it's great. So you paint it, then you let it dry. Once those are all nice and dry, I will take my hello and I glue it on. I use my glue and I glue it on. So it'll look like this. I glued this on, and then I hold it for about 10 seconds or so. Then I let it dry. I flip it over, and I cut a piece of this wire. You can find this anywhere. I buy this off Amazon because it's hard to find strong enough wire to put on the back of your door hanger. Then you put it on there like this. And then I use my staple gun, wherever it is, and I staple it on like that, and then you have a door hanger. You can add a bow if you'd like. I'll show you one that I recently made that has a bow on it, and like that. And then this one has the vinyl on it, so you will cut that with your Cricut. It's pretty simple. So you just paint it or stain it, and then use your painter's tape to make the line, and then you paint it whatever color you would like, and then you can find the hello at Hobby Lobby, and you can paint that. Then once those are nice and dry, I use my Gorilla Glue and I put it on the back of it, and then it'll stick to it like this, just like that. And then once that's done, I move on to doing the bow. Sometimes people want a bow, sometimes not. Okay. If I did this in person, I would have asked if anybody has any questions. So yeah, thank you.